Hi. Testing. Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, testing. 1, 2, 3. Music happening. Voice happening. OBS happening. Excellent. Just jump straight in. Cool. Hi, Fields. How you going? Katie. Hi. I've taken a candid selfie of myself in order to try and replicate the angle of the portrait. Yeah, see? This is the photo I took. Do you like? Good. That's good. 12 isn't bad. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Hi, Dust. Hi, Frog. Oh my goodness. Everyone, we have a gallery resident artist in the chat. Absolute legend. How you going? How you been? How's your week been so far? Okay. We have Mahali in his baggy blue t-shirt, staring off into the distance. We have a reference. And it tells me a couple of important things that I already kind of knew, but good to have confirmation on them. You haven't been to stream in so long, you weren't getting the notification. No. That's all right. You're here now. Welcome. You've missed out on tons. I'll catch you up on everything. So, the monthly prompts have been really fun. We've had a couple of really interesting ones. Specifically, Rad has been submitting some really cool ones for the monthly prompt. Here's the one for April Fools this month. Sorry, it's so freaking huge. There we go. Boom. How good is that? Another one from last month was kaiju themed. Like, oh my goodness, check this out. So that's been fun. We've started on an animation. I say an animation, an animated illustration. Halo theme song for some reason. Yeah, the worm. So we had this illustration done up. Then it's going to be a little bit choppy to begin with, just while it processes. But yeah, we have a worm in motion. Beautiful. All gummy and stuff. Zoom. So really chuffed about how that's coming along. And then depending on how long it's been, I also completed a large illustration that wasn't animated. That's how I distinguish nowadays. I finished this one. Boom. The big dragon eye, which took me a while. Eventually got around to it though. So yeah, all in all, been a very productive few couple of months. Look sick. Thank you. You followed them like a couple of hours ago, the live right now. Yeah. I did say that Trader Joe was online at the moment. The animation is so smooth. It's fun getting back into it because animation was my bread and butter. It's how I learned digital artistry, just like full stop. And then I transitioned from animation to illustration, and now I'm going back into animation with Illustrator. It's been fun. It's been fun. Kind of getting in touch with my digital roots. But yes, now I'm currently working. Sorry, to answer your question from before, Katie. This is my Furbolg character that I'm playing as at the moment, named Daev. It was... I gave the backstory before, but I'll give it again. Playing an adventure at the moment as part of the Tomb of Annihilation, if you're familiar with that at all. It was only going to be about 6 to 8 sessions or something like that, like in that ballpark. But it has officially been over a year since we started playing really consistently. So I feel as though the character is owed a portrait at this point. So I'm going through and doing the portrait now. Yeah, I did. It's one thing to hear that I'm going to paint it, another thing for me to actually like introduce him to. Agua used your artwork in some of their advertising for the exhibition. They want to interview you for the newspaper. Also, there's an event where you sit next to your artwork and people come and ask you questions. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I've got a family member who's doing their masters at the moment in fine arts. And yeah, they were telling me that like part of the process of exhibiting in gallery is to just kind of hang out in gallery and just kind of talk to people who come and have a look at your artwork, which is so cool. It's such a cool thought to be like, yeah, this is my stuff. And like, this is the thought process, because you can only have so much in your little artist statement thing next to your piece. But having people who are genuinely interested, asking you questions about your process, what you were thinking about at the time, the like imaginative thoughts that went into the concept, like, be so much fun. So glad to see him in the flesh. It's amazing. I know, isn't it so cool? Highly recommend looking up Frog's work, actually. I'll chuck it in the chat since we're chatting about it anyway. Yeah, they do. The Lord of Frogs. You don't mind if I link your artwork, do you, Frog? I'll check before I actually do, just because it is your stuff. Does he have a voice? Not particularly. He was gonna have like a hippie camp counselor kind of voice, but it fell through just because it was difficult to maintain for long sessions. I think I explicitly said at the end of the first session, hey, I had actually intended to use a voice, but I didn't end up doing it. Boom. Check out this. This is Frog's work. So cool. So cool. You're smashing your head into a wall as to why your bot account suddenly isn't a mod for your own channel anymore. What? But anyway, I should actually start doing stuff. Okay, big problem that I've noticed is that this eye over here is too small. I know it's like technically the right size, but I think I've smushed it where I can't really afford to. Right, Katie? Right? Getting food and you'll be about proper. Yeah, no stress. Take your time. Maybe it's uncouth for me to ask when you've just finished, like when you're in the middle of exhibiting one piece. But have you had any time to work on anything else, Artie? Frog? Also somehow roped yourself into tagging along to an excursion to the exhibition with the high school you just graduated from and talking to them about your art. Hey, nice. As you should. Yeah, improper. Impolite. Out of step. Uncouth. Not really had time to make any finished pieces, but you've been making lots of random things, doing art at uni. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I... Believe it or not, I made the most animations when doing architecture at uni. Don't ask me how that works. I don't know what to tell you. You've also been doing lots of crochet. Hey, nice. I'm wanting to get into it. So far I've crocheted a little, like a little fabric square, essentially just chains. But I want to get to the point where I can crochet like actual things. The thought did cross my mind that I want to crochet some ivy that I can hang up around my room. Would be super cool. Super, super, super cool. Out of pocket, yeah. See if you can send some photo. Yeah, yes, please. One of the final art projects is going to be a crochet installation, you think? Excellent. Wish you could crochet your granny squares into imp circles. Into circles. Sorry, I read imp circles. Into circles. Yeah, I need to just do it absent-mindedly enough to where I pick it up as a passive skill to just be able to crochet chains, and then beyond that point, start to try and stack additional skills. The thing that I've learned over time is the more that you try to cram learning together as hard as you can, the more likely you're going to be to like drop the ball here and there. That was the wrong direction. Oop, this way, maybe? There we go. A little bit higher. Okay. But yeah, the more that you try and do like multitask learning, the more likely you are to stuff things up a little bit. What? Ah, Katie, it looks awesome. Incroyable. You leave and come back when you feeling it again. Yeah, it's probably a healthier way of interacting with the learning process, is to kind of get a feel for how. Do a vibe check on yourself. Be like, hey, am I doing okay with this? If not, chill for a bit, come back, give it another go. Okay, the other thing that I kind of deduced last time was that I need to up the contrast a bit as well. really get us away from that flatness. Flatness is the bane of all of depth. Just a little update. Don't want to be the backseat artist, but would his eyebrow end more around the curve of his face? No, it's all good. I literally they were stand-in eyebrows for I'm just messing with like different eyebrow shapes. I haven't actually they're still on the draft layer. Yeah, I'll show you. See? They will be rendered pretty, I promise. Like for example, it wouldn't like this end of the eyebrow wouldn't be here, it'd be like on this side, and then it would wrap around to there. It's nuts how different types are. Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Is eyebrows are the core method of expression? Not entirely. Like one of the core elements of expression. So different eyebrows can completely change the vibe of an expression. So like for example, what I had previously looks way more melancholic. Like, you know, I've seen my child graduate and I'll never see them again. I'm proud of them, but also I'm sad. Whereas this whereas this is sort of more like, yeah, oh, that's a lovely sunset that I'm seeing in the distance. You know, like completely different vibe. It gives a start to people. Yeah, absolutely. It's the same with like lip shape, mouth shape, eye size, eye shape, like how heavy the bags are under your eye. Like everything adds to that sense of personality. That's what I'm kind of just like poking around at the moment, is I'm seeing what elements I like and what elements I need to change up a little bit to find the character that I've got in my head. I've got like a little laundry list of like, they have like this kind of temperament. They tend to have these kinds of expressions. They give off this kind of vibe. And I'm going through and restructuring the face to accommodate. Sent some of your photos of your uni work. Don't have like any photos from the drawing class, and portfolios being marked now. All good, all good. Cool. I'm chucking them up on stream. Warning you now. Yep. You've got your what's it called? Not life drawing, the other one. Were these objects in front of you, or was this a or is this one of those practices where you like have a bunch of objects and you try and start like combining them? Still life, thank you. Always slips my mind. Back with food and soft drink. You're ready to recharge? Excellent. Okay, then we've got this, what looks to be an etched print, but oh no, it was, aha, see, because that's the stamp and this is the print. Beautiful, excellent. Then we've got a similar style of print, but not the maybe the same. Maybe it's just... No, it's a different print. Similar style. And then we've got collage. Oh my goodness. Art class, you don't say. Just going through all the strokes. Another print. And then more, yeah, another version of the same print. I'm loving. It's kind of got like an Art Nouveau kind of vibe to it. Very, very, very cool. This is the beetle. Boom. Beautiful. Little scarab. Painted wooden blocks and photographed them and then... that would be it. Yep. Most of the stuff is built up from the first lesson. Where you sat in the corner for 30 minutes and took a photo every 5 minutes. Cool. Yep. Ooh. Again, a little collection of prints. Very, like, I'm getting just waves of nostalgia because this is the kind of thing that that I used to do in art classes. Like different vibe, and I was doing it back in like, you know, like year 12, and so we weren't doing stuff nearly as cool as this, but the eclectic kind of vibe of just going from prints to collage to like imaginative sketch to jumping around a bunch. More collage. It's so cool. Specifically, those are monoprints. Yep. Specifically, I want to start getting into collage for my drafting process. So when I'm drafting a landscape, I've actually seen a concept artist on Instagram who does like photoshopped like concept pieces where they chuck together a collage set of images that are mashed together to kind of give the impression of what they want to paint, and then they'll go through and paint. Not like they won't paint it one for one, but they'll kind of like proof of concept it with a collage first, and then do it. It's the same idea as going through and setting up a scene in Blender, like in 3D first, and then illustrating it afterwards. It's that same idea. I like the idea of collage. It'd be fun. What snacks did you get, Billy? Sorry, I'm just kind of darting all over the place. Don't mind me. How long ago did you do your first version of your logo, Katie? Because there's quite a bit of improvement between the previous one and the current. Not snacks, proper dinner. Cheeseburger pasta. Yum. Bote pasta with mince. Oh, delish. Hot dang. Just some of the crochet. Oh my goodness, yes. Here we go. It's like my crocheting, but like actual things. That's awesome. I love the eclectic look. It's so good. It's so good. It's like, it's all of the charm of patchwork, but with more intricacy and just wow factor. It's really, really, really cool. It's just so good. So intricate. It's ridiculous. You can't keep getting away with this. You can't keep getting away with doing these impressive things. I won't stand for it. No. If anything, it just goes to show. Hard work pays off. Billy, I hear the pitter-pattering of a what's that? An automaton sort of stumbling around the trash cans outside. Would you be able to? Dankeschön. I don't believe FCG would keep uttering the I don't believe FCG's favourite slogan was "click on this link for the best viewers." You're having a delete your art moment, ripping apart a lot of your kilt so you can resew it better. I mean, as long as you're comfortable with like putting it back together, just be careful of like burning down the bridge, you know? Destroying the Lego model, so to speak. Just in time for ads. I'm so sorry. Making space for pockets, so the sacrifice will be worth the risk. Yeah, okay. No, that's fair. I mean, it affects you on a daily basis, right? Well, often enough to the point where making the adjustment would be worth it, as you said. Add still. Need to remember that. Itchy nose. And we're back. Frog, I'm curious of the different mediums that you've tried as part of your course so far. Have you latched onto one in particular? Heck yeah, pockets, right? Pockets, severely underrated, I feel. I scream it to the heavens every time I put on something that doesn't have pockets. Yeah, ads are done. Welcome back. The crochet, it's so beautiful. Right? Have started to like painting more. Used to hate it. Yeah, yep. I was of a similar mind where I thought, I don't like the painting process. It's just it's so annoying. But then I realized that for me personally, I didn't like the sketching process before the painting. I started playing around with just blocking things in. Way more affinity for it. Really, really, really fun. I think painting is one of those things where it could be like a slight change up in medium could do it. Like, maybe some people prefer gouache, which is, I'd like to think of as being like a variant, like a variation of painting. Same with like watercolor. Like, again, not painting, but close cousins, I guess. There's too much fun in it. Just didn't really know how to do it before, and then and they provided some good quality paints for cheap and different mediums. Yep. That's one of the benefits of art class. Even if you don't intend to go to an art class to receive like a certification of anything, going to an art class just to try different mediums is incredibly enlightening, because you're not necessarily going to go out and buy your own charcoal, but an art class will just have charcoal in stock. Same thing with like pottery. You're not going to go and buy like a potter's wheel and a kiln and kiln safe paints and blah 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 blah. You're not going to do that. Like it's such an investment. Whereas these classes and these institutions and stuff, they just happen to have them on stock, on hand. So it's a way lower stakes variation that you can way lower stakes environment to be able to just play with stuff. Kilns aren't too expensive, or you do pottery are too. I was going to say aren't too expensive. Are you kidding? Yep. It's one of those things where you'd have to like go to classes, do pottery on the regular, know that you love pottery and that you're going to do it all the time, then make the investment. It's a lot of commitment. A lot of commitment. Your sister got her own stuff to do pottery. Does she still do pottery? In other life news, you started volunteering at a wildlife rescue. You get to work with some adorable animals. You got pet leaf insects. Oh my goodness, what? In general chat. Yes, please. The little boits? Are they... No, they're not owls. I don't think they are. They're like the little, I've seen them in animations. a little Joey. Cockatoo. Are they 28s? I can't tell in that cage. Oh my goodness. Possum. Kookaburra. Dingo. Have I seen a dingo before? I think I have. Surely I have at some point. That's awesome. Actually, so... the stick insect. Yes. Incredible. Incredible. My favorite insect to catch in Animal Crossing New Horizons was hands down the cherry blossom stick insect. So cool. So cool. 20 frog bounce. Yes, frog bounce. Yep. Went with your kids to Australia Zoo a few weeks back. Excuse me. All of this is very familiar. Yep. But I never get sick. I never get sick of it. They're all so cute, right? I have like I don't have a disposition that suits the wild. It's probably the most diplomatic way that I could word that. And I really did not have an affinity for animals. I mean, I say that, but as much as I fear animals, animals tend to really like me. I don't know why. Like, without fail, every time I meet a new pet or anything, I'm like a magnet. Oh. Hello? What happened? Alba, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the tavern. Sorry, that took me a second. I was bamboozled by the little, by the little floating hearts. How you going? Welcome to the tavern. Hope you enjoy your stay. Hi. How you going? How's your week been so far? One mate is working somewhere weird and wild at night. He does security. You ask for possum photos every every night. I make my way through the wilderness and I'm attacked from every angle. Possums flying from the trees. God, possums and drop bears. That would be my nightmare scenario. Specifically because I do really poorly with bats. Bats I can't handle. I don't know what it is. It's the fact that they have free access to everywhere. Rolled a nat 20 in your own chat in testing. Thought you'd try your luck here. Well, I mean, you got pretty close. I'm a calming presence. I mean, maybe, I guess. I mean, I don't go running around with like my arms extended like, I'm a bear. Wildlife place is good because you get to rehab animals that get released back into the wild. You also have resident animals that can't be released and are used for education. So you get to see them all the time. They all have different personalities and stuff. That'd be fun. It'd be like hanging out in your own little personal zoo. That'd be awesome. You're trying to eat? Sorry. Bats are huge here. They live in your park. Oh, no, I can't. I've had close encounters where bats have like almost gotten stuck in my hair before. Dude, I can't do it. I can't do it. You've held 2 bats, thanks to Does that count? I'm sorry. No, please. Back to your food. How you going, Alba? I see that you have art as part of your name. I would like to see said art if it's not asking too much. Do you have any on hand? If you're not happy to share, no stress, by the way. I'm just a sticky beak. Just tell me to shut up. Bats are cute, but also meds are needed to touch them. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that all I've got in my head is every single bat has rabies and has come to end me. I know it's entirely a me thing, but it's something that I can't push past. There was still a... Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I had a very different impression of what you meant. Hope is they made it after you helped them outside, but you don't know. I can't speak to that, but I mean, thoughts and prayers. All good here. Love the character you're working on here. Oh, thank you. His name is Dave. To his friends, Dave. He is a furbolg who was raised by a commune of goblins and thus thinks he is a goblin. Has a little bit of trouble with like facial recognition in general and just kind of assumes everybody else is goblins as well. He's a fun time. Everybody is either his best friend or he hasn't met them yet. Those are the 2 states of people. It's a common conception, and it's better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, I'm a pretty risk adverse. Risk adverse. Risk averse, yes, without the D. I'm a pretty risk averse person in general, so bats are an X factor. Aren't allowed to accept bats at the wildlife. Huzzah! Excellent. I can visit with no apprehension. wanted to work at a bat rescue, but they're all in Queensland. Yeah, that would make sense actually, because Queensland has all the rainforests, right? Would be happy to share your art. So you can either put the links in chat, or you can share them on the Discord, and that within reason, there's like no limitation on the Discord, right? There's like a little share your art section, and you can just place it all there. Or you could probably just like the one link if you're going to put it into Twitch chat, just so that it doesn't like create like a link wall that cannot be overcome. The tribe of grungs we rescued, goblins. The giant vulture we killed, goblin. Correct. Yeah. You want to be Dave's friend? You would absolutely be Dave's friend, without a doubt. You should totally book a tour of the wildlife place if you want. Ooh, can you DM me the details of it? Because I mean, there's quite a bit of time before June, so I should be able to organise that. It'll depend on how far away it is and stuff, but yeah. Link war? Yeah, no link wars, please. Oof. Pat all the wild babies. Yeah, yep. I've grown more and more fond of animals ever since I've had a pet cat. I know, shocking. Something about developing a little bit of empathy. I know. It's as soon as you kind of discover that they've got little personalities, you know, that it takes on a whole new existence. Put your Instagram page. Perfect. Excellent. Oh. Environmental designs. Explorations made for an old sci-fi project of yours titled Mission Futura. You worked on the ideation of the project and designed all the characters, props, and environment. Oh, hot damn. An artist after my own heart. I love concept landscapes. To check it out. Cool, huh? Sorry, I'm just gonna zero in on the landscape. I can't help it. It's my what's he? It's my words are hard when looking at art. It's my area of like fascination. Those are your favorites to do? As they should be for everyone. Landscape supremacy. Landscapes are the best. People have a whinge about how like, I can do character art, but I can't do backgrounds and I can't do landscapes because you haven't tried. They're awesome. Highly recommend. Because you get freaking awesome stuff like this. Sorry, I should be dropping likes on these as well. I'll save your link and go through your page properly a little bit later. Boom. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Awesome to find another environmental artist. As in an artist who does environments, not an artist who makes art on behalf of the environment. There's a fine line there. Bread and buttered. It's my bread and butter. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent choice of words, Fields. Brett. Oh, and Billy. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. Reading comprehension. It's tough, okay? We'll take over the world with landscapes. Yes. the Lorax and he speaks with. Yeah, I mean the fact that I've got a tree emote kind of speaks to that. Yeah. Yeah. Na, na, na. Na, na, na. Da, da, da. What does bald look like again? Bald head. Shaved head. Jake Gyllenhaal was bald at one point? Okay. That is information that is new to me. Hello, bald Jake Gyllenhaal. Is he shaved though? Not just a bits of unwell cut portions from the axe? I'd like to think that in his downtime he would have cleaned up the cut a little bit. Like he fashions his hair. Like he puts like a little bone through it to keep it all tidy. We've only had a short rest. What do you mean? This year happened in the rabbit, the horned rabbit, like temple in Omu, not in the tomb. It's been a while. Oh, itchy nose. Okay, so it looks like with shaved head, it's a combination of like both darker and more pale. It's very weird because you're working with like the shadow from the stubble, but then also that part of the head doesn't receive as much sun, so therefore is like quite pale. Okay, got some lovely texture coming in here. Making it nice and scuffed. But yeah, in your post, Albert, it said that that was work that you'd done quite a while ago. How long have you been working in concept art or illustration for? POV, you're about to say you're all ears. He does kind of give that impression a little bit. Na, na. Those are pieces you did for your portfolio a long time ago. You created that Insta profile recently. You're slowly updating it with all your art. Yeah, okay. That's it's gonna be quite a process. Yeah, fair. Cool. Sad how many of the patches on your kill still dox you. So you say as you're about to add even more. I mean, as I said, you could censor them if you wanted. I've been working professionally for almost 6 years now. Nice, congrats. Six years. 2019. Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, don't mind my absent-minded humming. I forget that people are listening sometimes. Sorry. Took you so long to find the first gig. Can't believe it sometimes. Yeah, yep. But yeah, I'm glad to see that you're still going with it after that amount of time. Humming's fine. Thank you. Permission received. Initiating hum protocol. I'm learning a new song at the moment on piano, and I'm pissing off my housemate. I've basically been playing the same song over and over and over again for the past like 3 weeks, and they are beyond beyond livid. Thankfully, they have the patience of a saint, so they haven't said anything. And the reason why I know is because I went up to them and went, yeah, about the thing that I keep doing on a daily basis, I'm sorry. They went, yeah, it's fine. So, unfortunately, I'm quite used to being a musical menace. You were on a Minecraft server a while ago. One of the guys would just sing the whole time. That was annoying, but humming is... I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. Just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Oh, could you imagine? For like 3... Ah, yes! 3 hours straight. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. If you are not driving your friends insane, what is the point of hanging out with friends? Have I seen David Tennant's? No. Do you have a link? Oh my goodness, yes. No, but you need to. You do. That's how you learn. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is thankfully they're incredibly understanding in that respect. They're like, yeah, I get it. I could definitely tell that it has been driving them up the wall. Remember getting a text from your roommate saying, who's the goddamn Wellerman? Followed by Fling. Oh my goodness. There was a good span of about 6 months where literally everybody was singing it. Guess who's got to the end in Cobblebond tonight and caught a Palkia? Nice! Congrats, Squid. And the 19. Good to see. Okay, all right. David Tennant, show me your stuff. Oh wait, ads. Frick. We'll wait. Welcome, Squid. Welcome to to the ads. Front row seats. It should be fine. Like, there's no copyrighted music. It's him singing a song. I'd be a little bit worried if it had copyrighted music, just because YouTube did slap me on the bum about a week ago when I was watching a clip on stream. But as long as there's no music, I'm good. It's not the original version of the song, so I don't know if it'd be copyright or not. I don't anticipate that it would be, right? Because covers and stuff don't get picked up. Okay, we're back. Back from ads. David Tennant, show us your stuff. Okay. How viewable is that? And there we go. Yeah, that's good.
You all right, babe?
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous about tonight. Just presenting this in front of a room full of all my acting heroes.
Well, you don't need to worry about that. You need to be more worried about the filmmakers and the producers and the casting directors and what they're going to think if you mess it up.
That's a good
And
point.
it was me thinking you'd pop by just to wish me luck.
It's just that last year you had the dog, and this year it's just you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say?
David Tennant's
Third time
fine.
lucky.
He doesn't need a dog.
This is my second time hosting.
Oh. Well, you know, film awards aren't really my thing, so I'm just here for the goodie bag.
Okay.
Have fun.
See you,
Keep
babe.
forgetting he's Scottish, right? Gotta go eat pizza now, but have fun watching David Tennant.
I really need the
Always
bills
do.
of BAFTA to help me now.
Always do. Enjoy pizza. Enjoy pizza.
David!
Oh, Dame Helen, Your Majesty. Why are you in my mirror?
Well, I'm here to help. Now listen, darling, you are going to be amazing. When it comes to hosting the BAFTAs, there really is nobody better.
Oh, that means a lot, thank you.
Let me finish. There really is nobody better called David, who's from Scotland, within the available budget.
Means a lot less now. Yeah.
Hello, David.
Oh,
It's
Jim,
that dude.
Come on, you've got to have some words of wisdom for me, right?
Look, David, this is your...
I'm gonna be...
Ah, there we
and
go.
if I go...
That's not just a piece of clothing. It's a symbol of pride, tradition, and strength. You're carrying the spirit of Scotland with you. Come on, we can do this.
I'm just
Will you
imagining
stand up? Well, you know I'm gonna
that
be.
being spoken
I'm
to
gonna
death.
be the man who stands up next to you.
We're singing. And if I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I heaver, Well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500
Yes, the kilt.
miles, and I
Yes, the
would
kilt.
walk 500 more just to be that man who walks 1,000 miles to
This
host
is
one
actually
BAFTAs
Dust
award.
going to uni every morning. I do enter buildings singing 500 miles with no context, and people just kind of get confused. Yours is more colourful. Can Would have a supportive psychosis episode, right? Well, that's what my stream is for, right? I never actually go live. None of you are real. I was sitting here with my computer turned off, not doing anything for a good 4 hours every day. Yes, James McAvoy. There's charisma, and then there's stomping around in a theatre in a kilt singing 500 miles. Absolute commitment. Who knew filling an audience with a bunch of theatre nerds would mean that you'd have a whole bunch of ready and willing volunteers in the audience at all times. Or Australian or actors. I knew it. McAvoy's your favourite actor? Yeah, he's pretty good. Everything except... I mean, he was pretty good in First Class. He was pretty good in First Class. I didn't mind him in... I grabbed the Photoshop file. He was pretty good in First Class. I didn't mind him as Professor X in the first one. After the first one, he became a little bit of a charisma black hole. But I mean, it's fine. Those movies had bigger problems than James McAvoy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But yes, I'd like to think that I'm having conversations with you all, but in all reality, it's probably all in my head. I'm probably not sitting at a computer even. I'm probably just sitting there facing a wall. Let me out. But yes, oh my goodness, could you imagine having the self-confidence to stomp around a theatre, trying to get audience members involved? Oh, music. What am I doing? Frothing at the mouth. Thanks for the followers. Yeah. Sorry, Katie. Yeah. My bad. I was like, eerily silent out of nowhere. I have neither regular music nor David Tennant. No. Still me. Still me. You're good. Always wanted to be the voice in someone's head, right? The Jiminy Cricket treatment. Get scared at sudden gaps in silence when you're in a group conference. Oh my goodness, yes. I always assume, it's a terrible habit, but I always assume that I'm like responsible for keeping the flow of conversation going. Where in all actuality, I mean, I wish I was the voice in my own head, but in all actuality, it's a two-way thing, right? It takes two to tango. If you're having a conversation with someone and it dies, it's not exclusively your fault. It's up to both parties to kind of like play ball. Which is where I feel that drama kids have like a massive advantage when it comes to social interaction, because the improv rule of yes and or no but kind of applies to literally freaking everything. If you're struggling with conversation, applying that rule of taking what the other person says and then adding on to it, or if you are going to like shut down the thing that they say, shut it down and then be like, however, this instead. And it increases the flow. And they have access to that piece of common sense. Guess you'll pretend to check your phone until someone says, I mean, all this, that, obviously. The old tried and true. Complete conversational tangent. Here we go. Hold on. I'm officially up to date with the manga for One Punch Man. This is good news because I fell off reading it, I want to say like 3-4 years ago or something. So getting back onto the bandwagon and catching up again has been fun. It's been really good. I've enjoyed the story thus far. It does a really good job of heightening. The concept being that you introduce a thing. So say, for example, you are going down to the local shops to pick up groceries. Then the first instance of heightening might be... Okay, there we go. The first instance of heightening might be, oh, you get a flat tire. All right. Then, you're in the midst of fixing your tire, and then the second instance of heightening might be somebody like crashes into your car as you're replacing the tire or whatever, and then the next instance of heightening might be like a meteor hits the blah blah blah, and it like crescendo. It does a really good job at that, to the point where it's really, really, really funny. But now it's gotten to the point where they've kind of had the story going for X amount of time, and they kind of feel like they need to take it to a conclusion. So they've kind of painted like this is what it's all about. This is who the ultimate antagonist is. This is where the story's direction is going. And I'm not sure how I feel about it, because it's very... where previously it felt like it didn't really need to adhere to the structure of like a hero's journey of hero starts as weak and then they become strong and then they overcome, challenges and huzzah, Odysseus. But now it's almost feeling like it's starting to adhere to that structure, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. They've done a really good job of parodying storytelling up until now, so maybe they're going to be... Maybe they are latching onto it so that they can parody it, which would be interesting. I'm a little bit scared. It's been a while since I've been up to anybody who knows me, I fall behind all trends ever. Like if somebody asks me, oh, have you watched the new show, blah, blah, blah. Likelihood is probably not yet. But I'm finally up to date with something for once, and I'm on the edge of my seat. You went to therapy around when you were 18 because you just felt a bit weird and out of place among your peers. Ended up just going, F this, I'm going to go out of your way to have conversations. You do feel like you're much better at carrying a flow of conversation and not having to take time to string together everything you feel needs to be said in a 100-word essay, and just kind of relating to other people better in general. Yeah, that's probably the healthier way of doing it, right? Instead of, because there are two people involved, right? If you're just trying to get your side of the conversation across, then it can feel kind of like the other person doesn't really need to be there. Does that make sense? It's like, you could be having a conversation with me or a broomstick. It wouldn't really change how things are going because you're just kind of like relaying a script. Whereas kind of like adapting to what's coming up in conversation is a core component for socializing. It's tough, right? Because for some people it comes naturally, and for other people it feels like weird to kind of be stuck with what the other person necessarily wants to talk about. No, you're good. One Punch Man is one of the mangas you do actually want to get into. It's really fun. It really is. I highly recommend. Although I will say they occasionally do like rehashes. So they'll do a few it doesn't happen often, but it has happened a few times across the series where they've released chapters and then they've gone, you know what? We don't actually like how that has actually turned out. So we're going to go back and re-release the previous 5 chapters, just done differently. Retconned chapters. And it can make the reading process a little bit confusing. But otherwise, highly recommend. Really, really fun time. That and, oh my goodness, I'm going to sound so basic. One Piece. Highly recommend getting into One Piece. It's one of the few manga that I've read that I feel has like really good depth. It's one of those stories where you like at first you're like, oh, okay, I'm interacting with tropes, right? I'm interacting with like a super energetic, overly bombastic main character, blah, 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 blah. But then like as things unfold, you kind of get a glimpse into like why characters are the way that they are and what's shaped them and why they're kind of stuck in their ways. And then like they'll slowly change over time based on events that play out, and they start like building relationships with other characters, which like morphs their characters. It's really, really, really cool. Really, really, really cool. Sell mostly collection books in New Zealand, so you don't think you can ever get the individual piece-by-piece chapters anyway, if they ever even did that. Yeah. Yep. So you're probably right. Like I'd imagine the actual published chapters won't be piecemeal like that. 4Kids One Piece opening song is burned into it. Good, as it should be. It is a banger. Yayo Yayo. Dreaming. It is a bit strange though, isn't it? That for quite a few of us, that was kind of like the introduction to anime was the 4Kids One Piece. Not entirely true for me. My first ever anime, literally nobody's going to know what I'm talking about, but here we go anyway. First ever anime was something called Mare. M-A with the little umlaut. I don't think it's the double dot, whatever the accent name is for that. Mare. And it stood for Merkin Awakens Romance. It was the most nonsense... most nonsense title of all time, but anime titles love doing that. They'll throw in words. Some of the like Kingdom Hearts names will do the same thing, where they'll just throw in random words and numbers and letters and like X's and Z's and wonderful. The way they say grand line goes so hard. Exactly. Your intro was Elfen Lied. Ah, Elfen Lied. All I know from that series is that it's incredibly depressing. That's all I know. Because I looked into it and basically everything online was like, brace yourself. This is going to be the hardest watch you've ever had. The most difficult watch. First anime was Claymore, which also has an awesome manga. Ah. Claymore. Why does that ring a bell? It's pretty brutal. Yeah. Then there's the Lies in April anime as well, which apparently just destroyed people. Anime is good for that. Just absolutely obliterating tear ducts. I don't really get the opportunity to watch anime anymore. I don't really have the time. But what'll occasionally happen is I'll run myself ragged, end up falling sick for some reason, and then when bedridden, I'll sit there binging through series. Like when I had the flu like a couple of months ago. I went through and binge watched the entirety of the first season of Dun Dun Dun. It's very good for binging. Very, very good for binging. I was saying it to somebody the other day. Anime is actually a really reliable thing to get into. Because I've tried to get into Netflix shows and stuff. I've tried really, really, really hard to get into Netflix shows. I just can't. What'll happen is something will happen in the script or as part of part of a character's journey or something that just completely betrays what the character's supposed to be and how they're developing or whatever, and not in like a fun, like explorative kind of way. They're just betraying the character outright. I'll get so angry watching this show that I'll just stop. I'll just drop it cold turkey. But I don't tend to have that as much in anime. The closest I've I say the closest. The only time that it has happened has been with Code Geass. Code Geass. Les Luge. Yeah, Code Geass. Les Luge of the Rebellion, or whatever it's called. That anime pissed me off to the point where I completely dropped it. For a completely different reason though. It's just because I hated every character in that anime. There wasn't a single redeeming character in that anime where I thought to myself, you know what? I'm interested in seeing how their character develops over time. I was just pissed the entire time. Apart from that, anime tends to be really good at just providing baseline quality. At least the ones that I've seen. As an anime is really good, but there are some episodes that just feel slow. You do still recommend. Claymore does ring a bell. Claymore anime. Huh. Very long time ago. Yeah, okay. I will consider it next time I am browsing for something to watch. Do you struggle with anime? Because a lot of them are centered around teens. You just don't care? Well, that's where I find that the sheer amount of choice that you get means that you can be selective like that. You can be like, I don't want to watch an anime that has teens in it. And there's a genre for that. I think it's called seinen. God, ignore my pronunciation. Forgive it, please. You watched the series on Netflix that didn't get a season 2, but it's based on books. Haven't decided yet whether the one character you're super invested in is worth reading them, despite not caring at all for any of the other ones. That's the thing, right? What happened in Code Geass, spoilers. It's not actually spoilers because I'm vague commenting about it. Is the one character I was invested in dies. It's like, okay, and with that, I've been released. I've been released from this. I don't have to care anymore. It can be worth it, like if you are super invested in how that character is developing. But forgiven, thank you. Thank you, Katie. Did binge Delicious in Dungeon recently though. Surprisingly ended up enjoying it. Right, but because it's not about teens. Right? I really enjoyed Jujutsu Kaisen. I binged the entire first season, and then I watched the first 3 episodes of season 2, and then I just haven't come back to it yet. But I really enjoyed that. Chainsaw Man, again, really, really enjoyable. Really, really good. Don't get me wrong. I understand. Like there are so many that are, as you say, teen centric, and I do kind of agree. It's not really my thing. But I feel as though there are enough options out there. You do wish it was a little less horny though, to be honest. Yeah, but it kind of speaks to the fact that he's not been what's the word? He's not been socialized, so it's at least used as a way to show that he doesn't really know how to interact with other people. I don't mind it too much if it's being used to communicate something about the character in a way other than just horn dog, you know? But fully understand if it's just not if it is an annoyance. Ads, no. true to the character, but you skip sex scenes in any movie, so that's just... Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Wait, it's not that it's necessarily just true to the character, but it actually, like, it helps to communicate... it helps to communicate, like, where the character is mentally. Like, another good way of showing it would be, like, dressing inappropriately for an occasion. Or another way of showing it would be... I don't know, like cutting in conversation, or like grabbing somebody by the arm unprovoked. Like little things like that are ways of showing that you as a character haven't been socialized or whatever. So I don't mind it because it's being used like that to kind of show that this character is sort of a recluse in that regard. Just back in time for ads? Welcome. We've got the good stuff. Want an ad about the Air Force? We got it. Want an ad about the Air Force? We've got you covered. Do you need an ad about the Air Force? Don't you worry. We have one of those too. He's a homeless kid selling his organs to eat at the start, so you get the point. Yeah, yep. Haven't got any ads since the first couple of the year. Right, of course, because... we did have that really short stint where you were cursed with ads for a little bit. Back in time, after taking the bins down the road. As you were running back up the driveway, it started bucketing down with him. Oh my goodness. I could use a bit of rain, I think. Believe it or not, Billy, remember the footage I sent you of Poseidon being angry? I kind of love it when weather is like that. Also haven't been getting ads today at all, actually. Nice. Excellent. Yeah, but... Field, that's because you're subbed. I'd be pissed if you were. It's nice to hear off the roof. Yeah. Yep. It's just not the same. It's like you can watch videos on YouTube that are like ASMR rain noises for 10 hours or whatever. It's just not the same. It's not that level of ambience, you know? That happens? What do you mean? What happens? The answer's probably yes, but... Ma, the rains are here. Yep, exactly. Only confused because you haven't been getting ads on anyone else's channel either. You've subbed to every channel on Twitch? That's crazy. Looking forward to rain here. Let's wait to... way too dusty. But not unwelcome. I mean... if anything, puns make everything a little bit better. There we go. The eye being larger has done the trick. Jodo head. This is not Jojo posing. I feel as though that would be too much. They've swept away most of the gravel by now, but the dust lingers. Yep. And it like coats everything. Yeah, I know what you mean. I agree. Dust is the worst. The dom intensifies. Need to show you guys a song. It's about Dust. Dust has a song about him? Sorry, Dust.
Dust storm.
Hell yeah. Whose line is it anyway?
Thank you for coming down to the feed barn. Hay is half off while we're on stage.
Hey,
What?
half off.
Oh.
This is
Dust storm! Dusty, dusty wind. Sand in my shoes. I can't grow a damn thing. What do I do? Dust storm! Windy, windy dust. Sandy teeth.
This is what I sing in my head whenever Dust joins stream. Yep. Like out of tune and everything. It's beautiful.
Sandy, sandy air. We should probably wear some kind of ventilating mask. A tumbleweed just went from there to there. Dust storm.
This is me trying to have a conversation with someone.
Cyclone. Just look at them.
I mean, we were talking about
I'll
like
never find my auntie Anne.
not not being able to string conversations together properly. This is me. Somebody will bring up something along the lines of like, oh, so my day was a little bit rough, and I just start singing Dust Storm.
There's something in my heart that keeps me safe and warm.
Beautiful. Can't figure out what the song's about. The lyrics are too obscure. Yeah, true. It's a little bit too conceptual. Yeah, no, I agree. It's great. I love his line is anyway. Specifically, whenever they do props, I think is when they're at their best. You and your friends have played through a couple one. It's lagging so much when you play together. I mean, it would do. It would do. There's a lot going on. Oh, turn the music back on. there'd be a lot going on. Like Minecraft plus a bajillion things, right? Dust Storm abruptly is so good. Yep. This is your new favorite song. I need just that little snippet of Dust Storm. I need just that as a point redeem, I think. For adding it to your brain forever. Excellent. It's been bestowed. At the end, they fight over the. Can make it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you're happy to do it, but no stress. Like, if you start trying to isolate that soundbite and it becomes a pain, immediately drop it. Yeah, no stress. You're listening to it again. Good. You have tomorrow off though, so feel free to pester. I've got stream in the early afternoon, but then after that, we'll see. I might be climbing. We shall see. But if I'm not feeling up to climbing, then absolutely yes. Okay, trying to add a bit of symmetry to the cheek structure because it's a little bit lower on this side. There we go. It's looking a little bit weird because his face has been completely plucked clean of any residual hairs. That will change. I'm getting the facial structure right. Then we'll start adding hair. Your kilt is officially disassembled. Time to reassemble. With pockets, correct. Oh, exciting times. You beat the Elite Four? As in, is that a declaration now you are going to embark on defeating the Elite Four, or you've just defeated them? There were a few iterations of the Dust Storm, so I can go back through it in a little bit and see if there is a clean bite. Now you're going to okay. Good luck. You've got this. I believe in you. I like sandy teeth. I hate sandy teeth. It's the worst feeling. My personal favourite bit of that is how well they've captured the diva energy of a lounge singer. Both of them just taking obnoxious stage presence from each other. Constantly crumbling on a microscopic level. No, I don't think that is what they meant by dusty teeth. Isn't that a nightmare though? There are nightmare tropes, right? Like one of them is you're running late for class or something. Another one is you're giving a presentation and you're naked in front of a whole bunch of people. That's like a nightmare scenario, right? Another one is that you're being chased, I think. And then the one that I was going to be the one that reminded me of is the one where your teeth fall out, right? I've never actually had that one. I've heard a lot of people talk about it as being one of the nightmare tropes. I've never had the nightmare where my teeth fall out. I mean, thankfully so, but also, can't help but feel like a little bit of FOMO. In the same way that people have described sleep paralysis demons, right? And you're like, oh my goodness, that's the most terrifying thing you've ever described to me. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. Oh my goodness. But at the same time, it's like a really unique, interesting thing. So if I had to experience sleep paralysis demon presence like one time, I think I would. What? Oh, welcome. I can't actually see if you're on stream at the moment. I mean, your butt is. Hi. These are my working conditions. This is what I've got to deal with. I've got to concentrate with. Look, can you see this? She sits on my armrest and just occupies half of my desk. Hi. Oh, headbutts. Hi. Pretty butt. You received a compliment. What do you say to that? Oh, more headbutts. More headbutts. You seen a thing yesterday? Really? Did you see a butt? I saw a cat butt yesterday. And today. And the day before yesterday. All the time, funnily enough. Oh, and now we purr. We're just happy to be here. Hi. Will she let you gently pick her up and show her the camera? Yes and no. So she will, she won't like it, and she will run away. Hi. Desk cam. Oh, yes, I've seen these before. Where you can get the little pedestals. Yeah. The one I've seen is slightly different, but it's the same concept, right? The one I've seen is like, I can't use my mouse if you headbutt it like that. Hi. The one I've seen is where it's got a little swing out pod like this, but like right next to the desk instead of being elevated above it. Want your cat to chill next to you, but he's a nerd. What can you do? Hi. I get this treatment whenever I'm working for a prolonged period of time. If I've been working at my desk, no, you've put your tail on my style. I need my stylus. Thank you. Perfect angle. She's gone now. Yeah. No, she does what she likes. Cat cuddle break. Yeah, sorry. I don't get to control these things. It's time for the mandated cat cuddles. You know the drill. Don't ever be sorry. No, that's fair. Cat cuteness reigns supreme. No, I understand. probably want quite a bit more shadow under the lip here. I need to stop being a coward when it comes to lighting. We need more depth of shadow going on. Only a little more than a month before you can get to see your fluff ball again now. Looking forward to it. Yeah. It's it's always amazing seeing them after you haven't seen them for a very long time. This one flops around on the floor like a fish. Whenever she enthusiastically greets me. It's very fun. Hi. Do I just not get access to my armrest? Okay, alright. I'm down one armrest for the rest of stream, apparently. The meltdown in you is telling you to buzz your hair off again? I mean... If it's manic energy and you know that you will regret it, then probably best to exhibit a bit of self-control. But I mean, hey, if it's something you want and you know that you won't regret it, then don't see the problem. This is why I need a cat bed. The problem is, though, she would never use it. Because she wants to headbutt me. I could give it a go. It'd depend on how expensive it is, but... It's too many dollary doos have gone down the toilet to things that we have bought for her, and she's gone, nah, not interested. She'll be at headbutt level. True. No, that is true. And then maybe it is more comfortable for her to move to it after she has done the headbutting. Maybe. Oh. She's hanging off the side of the armrest, staring directly at the floor now. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. Oh. Freedom. I have an armrest now. No, cats are weird. You could put a piece of paper on the floor. They'd choose it over a blanket you set out for them, especially. Yeah. Brought your two kitties a scratcher like a month ago. Haven't seen them use it. Yeah, they're little jerks, a lot of them. Is there an English word for a pet owner that's essentially mum, dad, but for your pet? The term I've heard used endearingly has been, I am the mother / father / owner of a fur baby. Is the only kind of similar thing that I've heard. I don't know if there is actually a word other than pet owner. There is in Swedish. You just realize you never heard an English version. What's the one for Swedish? Does it have like? Is there a semi-direct translation? Not like a single word, but could you describe the concept? Like parent of a pet, right? That's interesting. Like a word for that? I can't think of anything in English, no. We have Husa, which would be a male pet owner, and Mata, which is a female pet. Really? Like they're caretaker, but not as cute. It's interesting to have like something ultra specific like that. I suppose we do have equivalents for other things, but just not for this example. You'd use them similar to how you'd use mum, dad, or mum for the cat. Okay, cool. Aunt says cats choose primary owners, and the other is a fill-in. Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, it's a pretty common understanding that pets tend to like mark people, not like what's the word? Grow attached to. I can't think of the word at the time. Caretaker doesn't sound nice in my opinion. Caretaker sounds so clinical. It sounds like a healthcare worker. Nothing wrong with that, but it's like a different. It's not the relationship that you have with your pet, right? You're not going, hello, Mr. Smith, have you taken your medication today? Not that healthcare workers talk like this, but hello, Mr. Smith, have you taken your medication today? Oh, that's good. Here's your meal. Like, I mean, actually, I kind of do talk to my cat like that sometimes. Maybe I am kind of like a care worker for my cat. Could tell your cat to come to Husa, as in come to your owner caretaker. Yeah, okay. Whereas I take the more melodramatic approach. I go, I sort of emperor stride across the room with my little digits extended, and I go, come to me, my child, and then she runs away from me, and then I scoop her up, and then I touch her toe beans, and then she scrambles. I'm a jerk. Public enemy number one in my household. Healthcare worker trying to wrestle a pill in their mouth to do anything. True, exactly. You got a version of chat that's non-intrusive, working for full screen gaming. Nice. I thought that's what you had last night. I mean, awesome if you like nailed down a version that you're more happy with. Right. This line across the lips is a little bit too harsh for my liking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to darken the top lip just because the lighting is coming from the top right. So it means that the underside of the top lip is going to be darker. Then what I'm going to try to do is lighten the intensity of the part in the lips. because in all actuality, you don't really see it with that like crystal clean, crisp fidelity. Yeah, something like that. And then at the corners, that's where it can be a little bit darker because it sits in the face a little bit deeper. Now the question is, do I want any markings? Do I want like any moles on the face? Do I want any, probably not scars, I don't imagine. Have a great overlay. It's extremely professional, not at all a patch job. I'm hovering that X button to doubt. Brow furrow. Yeah. Like the crease in the brow could do. Okay, just adding in some darker pigment over on the left to kind of emphasize that light's coming from the right. We need depth of color to really sell the not flatness. Look in memes to see it. Oh, excellent. Show me memes. What is this overlay? That's incredible. What do you mean this is your Twitch overlay? What? Where? What is where? As in this is your webcam up the top in the rearview mirror? That's very silly. That's very silly. Police chase footage in the window. Very, very, very silly. Have an idea for a new stream overlay, but last time you tried to make it, it looked awful, so you have to try again some other time. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, my stream overlay used to be even more awful than it currently is. My stream overlay used to be literally, it used to be my Photoshop file, then my camera on the side, and then like a little silhouette of like a tree branch above my webcam, and like a little lantern hanging off of it, swaying the entire time. It had the screen presence of I don't know what's awful. Like it had the screen presence of a photobomber. And it looked awful, absolutely awful. You're making a new overlay right now? Excellent. Ugh. I'm just going through and adding darker sections to basically everywhere because I'm once again running into that problem of flatness. There's going to be some graphic patterns, but you didn't get neither the pattern of the all the colors to look like you wanted to. So, Matt, gonna stick with the one you have now. I mean, the one that you have now is super clean. I do really like your current overlay. It has the perfect layout for exactly what you're doing with it. Okay, so now I'm going through. I'm going, sun is coming from, or like light source is coming from here, therefore shadow is here, therefore highlights here, and just like picking up the details all over the place. I'm trying to keep it a little bit rough because if I sit here smoothing everything, then it'll look like sculpted plasticine, which is not my intention. I also need to go in with a couple of sharper, darker lines just to kind of, again, cut into the model a little bit more. Look at that. As soon as I do that, it sticks out a bit better. Color is overrated. Black and white overlay. I mean, Monotoma, their overlay is freaking amazing, awesome, and it is in black and white. So you could go live, but zoom in on my face, so it looks like you're driving at me. Oh my goodness! Help! How that I'm sure it happens, but the thought of going live and just the stream being you watching another streamer is a very peculiar thought to me. I know that like react content is a thing. Is that reacting at that point? I don't know. Oh my goodness, would that be funny? Just sitting there watching another streamer, then being up full screen. You're off on the side in the overlay, just with a bag of popcorn, just munching down. Occasionally bursting into laughter and bits of popcorn spraying everywhere. These are not ideas, by the way. This isn't me saying do this. come back. Eyebrow reference. Dankeschön. But yes, it's a little bit upsetting that my Furbolg is currently hairless. But working on it. I have a terrible habit of doing this when I'm working on portraits. Is that I fully render some things and I leave other things completely barren. So it just looks like, oh, their face has been plucked clean of every hair in sight. Nary an hair to be seen. Okay, and then even the eyebrow gets a little bit of a highlight as well, because it's not in a vacuum, it's also susceptible to light. Who's your barber? Yeah, exactly. I do it myself, actually. Yeah, okay. I believe it. Let's get rid of smoothing so I can move the brush how I like. Just had a long philosophical conversation. It kept calling you honest and insightful. And you were like, I bet you say that to all the girls. And it was like, nah, 1 in 500 users of this concerned about truth and accuracy. but Bob, it's not real. It's not real, Bob. I mean, it's giving you statistics, so yeah, it's difficult to argue with. Try again without the 1 in front of the D. Sorry, I know it's a bit different to how like to Roll20 works and stuff. Oh heck yeah. Heck yeah. Don't worry, Bob. It's like golf, right? Where you'll want the lowest number wins. Definitely. Yep. You're fine, you're fine. How you going? How's your week been so far? Don't look at it. You can't just say don't look at... Fields, no. No matter how much you want to, it is a crime to run me over. Please do not. You've been using the AIs to psychologically analyze your writing? Yeah, okay. And the conclusion has been praise. And that's probably a good feeling, right? This is how you get your subscription back. It's not like video games. I don't drop a power up or something. For that you have OCD, but not that you have autism, so that's something. Hey, there you go. I drop a dust storm. If anyone drops a dust storm, it's probably Dusty Telescope, I'd imagine. You crumble like in Lego Star Wars. I make like the clatter 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 Lego noise. Yep. You successfully master. Yes. I mean that's immaculate self-control, like self-awareness. But at the same time, don't be like too conscious of it. Part of it would make your writing unique to you, I'd imagine. Na, na, na. Yoda 10 sound. What? Like the. Notebook LM Strong strongly believes in death of the author. You were proposing a theory for why a character did something. A Notebook LM was like, nope, not in the text. I also strongly subscribe to that notion of like no matter what the author says after the fact, meaning can only really be taken from the text. Like I can say all I want about what my artwork stands for, but if that's not apparent in what's being shown, then it's not too relevant. But that was a D&D game where you were playing that character, and it just said, nope, not in the text. It's true. I had to say, ignore death of the author. You're playing this character. Here's what you did. Given all, is your theory plausible? And only then was it like, okay. It's different. It's different approaches to writing, right? Some people truly believe in like every bit of context matters. If like the author says something after the fact, or like a sequel to the book comes out, or like a prequel gets written, or like a little side story, little author's notes, whatever it happens to be, that all affects the story. And to a certain degree, like I can agree to the fact that like if you're trying to weave together world building in a macro sense, then sure. But just in terms of the meaning of the story, I strongly believe in death of the author. Is the sequel not in the text in some sense? It can be, but I see it as if it's not foreshadowed well and it's just introduced in the sequel, then I see that as a case of retconning. Which is fine. It's just like it is retconning. It's not like in my head at least. It's not something that always existed. Which is why it bothered me a little bit that in the second Dune movie, a character turned up, and it was like, I'm alive. I am. And it's like, oh, but that wasn't... That felt really unearned. Just avoiding spoilers. Love to write a fantasy creature lore book or something. You keep having these cool half-baked dreams that you think would be really cool if you flesh them out. The first step to that would be just writing down those little thoughts, so that they're not just like floating. If you've got a place to where you can kind of see it all laid out in front of you, it can help with the process of taking it from just a concept to something that has a little bit more form. It's the same thing if you're looking for inspiration for things to draw, paint, create, whatever. I heavily encourage having some form of like little journal on you, whether that's like your phone notes page or like an actual physical journal, whatever it happens to be, just so that if an idea hits you, you write it down. Doesn't matter if it's good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter, because you can always decide that after the fact, but you can't always remember things perfectly if you do want that idea again. Basically, you were playing a character that did a lot of evil in the name of minimizing harm and survival, got caught, had some time to think about it in jail, got forgiven in jail, and decided to be a good person afterwards. Survival and minimizing harm. Don't want to minimize survival. Minimizing harm and and surviving. Yeah. Yep. Had a character who really wanted to minimize survival, just jumping off of things. You've done enough drawing today. Probably too big for an overlay at the moment, but work in progress. Good. Good to hear that you've like recognized that you've hit a point that you're happy to have a bit of a break. Gonna head off to bed. Enjoy the rest of stream. Thanks, Katie. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun. You picked it in Discord? Excellent. I wish to see it. Oh my goodness. You can't say that you pooped this in Discord. This isn't poop, this is trees. I love trees. Incroyable. These big rainforesty ferns. Lovely. The roots, the trees. Oh, this texture though. Right? Beautiful. Really good job. It's looking good. And that character wrote down their experience but left out the forgiveness part. And you were like, hey, notebook, is it possible his redemption came only after this other character forgave him of his crimes? Not in the text. Right, okay. So like the forgiveness happened off screen type of thing. Little mushrooms. Yeah. It's looking really clean. You should be super pleased with how it's coming along. It's looking good. You're stuck on a concept of a traveling ghost fog kind of thing that only spits you out once it's taken over your mind and will or something. Pretty sure it's a concept that's been done to death, but you think there's a neat spin you can put on it. Yeah. Jot it all down. Be like, this is the thing. This is like what I want to do with it vaguely. You don't even need to speak in like concrete terms with it. You can just go, this is the kind of idea that I have. This is the kind of place that I want to take it to. This is what people have done in the past. Here's how I want to do it differently if you wanted to do that. Yeah, just anything to anchor it into reality, because if it just sits in your head, the likelihood is that you're not going to do anything with it, which is a shame. Creative ideas and concepts are better expressed, I think. Yeah? Okay. So it was I think that's fine enough. Like, it's not like anything's been contradicted, Bob. It's that the state of how that character is seen by another character is kind of left up in the air, right? Until it's confirmed by that character afterwards. I think that's fine. Can recommend Obsidian if you haven't checked it out. Very good for scribbling random notes until they start making sense and connect. Yeah. Obsidian, World Anvil is a personal favorite for me because it means that you can expand the concept as far as you like. Like if you wanted to note where this thing exists, you can like link it to a map. If you want to link it to other like monstrous concepts, you can like you can connect it all together. But I've heard that you can do the same in Obsidian as well. I'm just not as familiar with it. Is it notable as well? Is the can't remember what the app's name is, but yeah. Not in the text. Yeah, I got what you meant. I love this song. Gonna have some lunch. It was great joining stream. So happy you found me. I'm so happy you found me as well. It was lovely to meet you, Alba. I hope you have a lovely lunch and a lovely rest of your day. Catch you around. Thank you. I appreciate it. It'll be bedtime pretty soon. Because I'm in kangaroo land. Everything's all upside down here, including the time. Did some world building for the orcs in your fantasy mecha story. Nice. Had a dream about mushrooms that turn you into a mushroom, and you basically get rebirthed within it over a period of a few weeks. I think the idea was over the next 24 hours after you crave more mushrooms desperately. like a were mushroom? The orc women build villages, the orc men are nomads. Okay, interesting. Like completely different behavioral stuff. Ads. Frick. 2, 1, adverts. Sorry, brace for impact. More Air Force ads. At least back in the day, I used to get like Nvidia chips and stuff as adverts. No, nowadays, freaking boring. Eat mushroom, turn into mushroom, eat mushroom again. Mushroom. It's the circle of mushrooms. and it eats us all. That did not deserve epic musical accompaniment. So sorry, Windswept. I just ruined all your songs. Cadbury Gorilla ad has got to be the best ad of all time. Yeah, but I don't get ads like that. I don't get ads like that anymore. I get like weird Lynx body spray ads. And not like the fun kind of weird. Just really cringy. I feel as though marketing companies don't really know what to do at the moment. Because the marketing trend used to be lol random. But we've kind of been desensitized to lol random. So now they're kind of panicking and doing lol random anyway, and it just doesn't work. Do you have plans after stream? I should probably head to bed after stream. Probably. Because we're at 2.5 hours, so I'll probably go for another hour. Probably go for another hour after this. And then best to start winding down, I think. I may be doing another collaboration stream with Ghoulie tomorrow. Haven't heard from him, but we'll see. So I'll need to be up nice and early, so I'm in tip-top condition for that. What? Why are you yelling at me? Hi. What? Yeah? Are you gonna come here? Or am I rotating my chair? 3, 2, 1. There we go. Hi. There's a lizard that has 3 male types. One that is dominant over a large area, one that is dominant over a small area, and one that sneaks into other males' territories to mate. Do I know it? Yes, thinking of the side blotch lizard, a species often cited in evolutionary biology for its rock, paper, scissors mating strategy among males. That's very funny. Cat's back. Yeah. My personal space has been devastated. Come on, Windows, let me change the size of my brush without you trilling. Idea that was that the nomadic male tribes of orcs followed the rock, paper, scissors strategy to compete for dominance over the villagers. Yeah, okay. I mean, seems like you've got something like pretty solid to base it off of. Hey, hi Rad. Nose is so shiny, you freaking love. Thank you. Not your PC. Yeah, sorry. Occasionally it just decides to start singing, and there's not much I can do about it. Hey, going Rad. How's your day been? Good morning. Yes, that's how time zones work. Good morning. He has orcish flush from drinking too much ale. Yeah, but like all the time. They do be having big red noses. Oh, itchy nose. can't. Why can't I remember the name? Furbolg. There we go. Boom. Brain. Doing something unlawful. Your dual bootleg Windows alongside Steam OS on your stream. You menace. Do you want to poke it and hear a squeaky noise? Oh my goodness. Have you seen, I mean, similar but not the same, beluga whales have like their big, it's actually called a melon. Let me see if I can get a picture. More difficult because the cat is blocking some of my beluga whale. Oh, we'll chuck it into the reference page. This thing on top, it's called a melon. It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing that it's actually called a melon. They use it as part of their, I believe, as part of their sonar capabilities. And it's full of like jelly fluid stuff, and you're not supposed to press on it, but you can like, apparently you can like press on it very lightly with their permission type of deal. And it's all like weird, gooey, squishy, which is, it's so freaking weird. Beluga are pretty cool. I think a family of them somewhere adopted a narwhal. It's amazing. Yeah, it's always funny to hear like different species of animals adopting each other. I mean, it makes sense, right? Humans do it. Humans adopt things. Why do you have Windows on your Steam Deck? Rad. Does it give you access to? Well, I mean, what's the benefit? Is it so you can use it like a little handheld computer, like a little laptop? I was thinking of it exclusively through the lens of gaming, but I suppose it does have that utility. It's like, wait a second, you have access to Steam. Don't need Windows. You like orcas? Those think ritual fights. Oh my goodness. Yeah, orcas aren't called killer whales for nothing. They have a bulge designed for playing fetch. I mean, kinda, yeah. Only reason is your group of friends are playing Valorant with you, and Windows is the yeah, fair. Oh, because are the Steam Decks like Linux or something, or is it? No, it's Steam OS, right? It's its own operating system. You want to enjoy that while visiting your partner in a few days? Yeah, fair. Trying to beat the final battle in the Elite Four. Problem is that the guy has all 3 legendary paths. It's okay. Just if you do your typings, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Just hit all of them with rocks. SteamOS is based on Linux. Yeah, okay. Think SteamOS can run either. Hi. I wouldn't be surprised though if some launchers just had a problem with not having just like a vanilla Windows. You can play most games on Linux and SteamOS, but Valorant has that Vanguard anti-cheat BS that's only on Windows. Yeah, yep. You're glad handheld games making another comeback over the last 8-ish years. The PSP wasn't great, but you still loved it. Yeah, I'm particularly fond of the Switch for that reason, because it gives me access to console games, but handheld. As much as I loved the 3DS back in the day, you could always tell, like, okay, I'm playing a handheld console, but very much so handheld games, because they're very much so limited by the technology. Whereas on the Switch, you're playing indie games that I use it as like an indie game engine. You're playing indie games that you could be playing on the PC, but just on the couch or in bed or whatever it happens to be. It's such a game changer. At least for me, it was. It's honestly nice to enjoy the process of putting Windows on a Steam Deck, like fixing all the issues and all that. It's fun. Yeah, you can turn it into like a little project, and the troubleshooting process can be quite fun. Yeah. Need a reason orcs don't switch strategy? Like to avoid a biological reason if possible. Would you look to the lizards that you're basing off and see why their species doesn't change strats? Love your ROG LAX. I mean, it's kind of like your ROG is kind of like a Steam engine at a Steam Deck at that point, right? Steam engine. Your little portable computer, it's kind of like a little train, isn't it? If you think about it, if you really think about it, it's like a little steam engine. It goes choo-choo and drives around. Switch is one of the few consoles that you do buy games you already own on other platforms, because yeah, you do just kind of want to play in bed. Yeah. I've completely ignored all other console releases. So like I will likely never buy another PlayStation or Xbox. Just because I don't have the time for PC gaming and console gaming to an equal degree, whereas the Switch allows me the freedom to fit in little bits of extra gaming here and there, in a way that a console never could. They don't switch strats because of biology, as far as you know. That would be like the direction that I would start researching, is like the biological reasoning, because you could always just adapt that directly to your orcs, right? The dominant males are literally bigger than the less dominant males, who are literally bigger than the least dominant. Yeah, well, that's what I mean, right? You could always apply that to your orc society if you wanted to. Like if you wanted to have it set in like biology for them. Something about just powering it on and quickly just powering it on and off quickly just gives you the way more incentive to actually finish games too. Yeah, exactly. You don't feel like you need to I have to go and commit my time to going and sitting down and booting it up and going through the menus and blah blah blah. You just pick it up, play, put it down every for like little periods of 15 minutes here, half an hour there. It doesn't feel as committed. I completely agree if it wasn't obvious from my enthusiasm. we will get the face fully rendered by the end of stream. I believe. I believe in myself. Go team. Wait like a year or so. Year or 3. If you at all you bother looking at Switch 2. Knowing them, there'll be major design flaws on release. I mean, you say that, but I still have and use my my launch Switch on a daily basis. I know that very much so, like a bit of tokenism, right? Whereas, well, I have an example of it being fine, so therefore it's always fine. That's not what I'm saying. It's more. It's like it's a guaranteed failed launch, right? You see, my Switch is completely fine. What are you complaining about? Stick drift? Never heard of it. Hate trying to talk to people who are like that. You see, I actually have this problem with this thing that I interact with. Yes, well, I've never seen that problem. It's like, okay, you know, that's cool, but I have. So yeah, well, you see, that's probably just an isolated case. Frick you. Just don't want to fork out a cool $700 to $800 for even the possibility of a maybe just breaking. Yeah. Actually have it on your green controllers. It bugs you. Yeah, I think I've got 1 or 2 Joy-Cons that have drift on them at this point, but I so rarely use the Joy-Cons. I don't know. I've got mine. Yeah, I'll show you. I've got mine in like a. In a whole in a little bracket thing that it's got big chunky sections for the hands that doesn't cut into your palms like a knife. So I haven't interacted with Joy-Cons in like 6 to 8 months. Current Switch will suit you just fine for a while anyways. Yeah, yep. It's why I'm not... Like, I haven't pre-ordered the new Switch yet. And if it so happens to be the case that, like, oh, all the pre-orders are up and I've lost my opportunity to get one early, it's fine. It doesn't bother me that much. For that reason, right? The only benefit of getting it on launch is playing the new Mario Kart, which I am excited about, don't get me wrong. Like, I am keen to play it, but not to the point where I'm running to the shops to lay down the pre-order. Again, not that there's anything wrong with people doing that. Just not me. Not yet, anyway. We'll get down to like 2 or 3 months away, and or like, you know, a month away or something, and that's when the pressure will set in. The FOMO will get kicked into overdrive, and my wallet will fly out of my pocket. Completely out of my control. You don't understand. It wasn't me. It was my wallet. I didn't make the purchase. My wallet did. I forgot Nintendo had an announcement where you can go into the draw for pre-ordering it, and you needed to have Switch sub if you think at least a month or something. Yeah, which is nice, right? Because it's like an anti-scalper. Not that that stopped scalpers from spamming pre-orders beforehand. As soon as they were available. And I reckon you will have an absolute ball with it on day one, Billy. That I do not doubt even for a second. Na, na, na. Hi, Windows. You've a congrats, Squid. Congratulations. And what are you going to do with the prize money? Just don't really see a whole lot of points upgrading, but you have the white OLED version, so maybe it'll be worth keeping, worth something in like 10 to 15 years if you do upgrade. Well, that's the thing, right? Is I never did any of the upgrades. Like I never did the OLED, I never did the Switch Lite, I never did any of the special edition versions, blah 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 blah. Meaning that I can kind of rationalize picking up the new one when it comes out. But I fully respect at the same time that other people did make purchases on expensive upgrades already. So the thought of getting another upgraded version of it is a bit rough. With the money that you got from beating them, you now have 2 Master Balls. Nice! Nice! What happens now? Have you beat the game? It's just over? You're going with Orcs imprint on early life conditions to develop into their cast. Also, Orcmen that switch strategies are culturally uncomfy, and the Orcmen don't choose them. Yeah, okay. So it could be like a social thing. Yeah, that works. People sell launch version for a lot because it's easier to pirate on it. Yeah. There you go. Like there will most likely always be a market if you do want to like sell old version, upgrade to new version. Or like trade in or something. Na, na, na. So you can either reset your level cap and go back to level cap 25 and beat Johto's gym leader, or you can legendary hunt. Yeah, okay. I get the vibe that you're going to be wanting to legendary hunt. Is this blend or smudge tool? This is the wet brush tool. Specifically, this brush is called Kyle's Real Oils. Round Flex Wet is the name of the brush. So it both applies paint as well as blends it. So you can see that like the two where they cross over, they start to blend. And then if I need to go in with a sharper tone, like sharper lines and stuff, I switch to a dry brush. And it means that I can just I can cut through it. Whereas if I go through with a wet brush, it's going to drag pigment around like that. On the hunt for Giratina. Apparently he's ultra rare spawn in the nether, so he may be here for a while. Excellent. So it's like a real brush on different pigments. Yeah, yep. It drags the pigments around. As well as like asserts its own pigment at the same. Ultra rare your butt, bros, an 8% spawn chance. Oh my goodness. You're getting close to gacha rates at that point. I mean, it's not a 2%, but it's still single digit. Shiny forehead, shiny forehead, shiny forehead. Need to go through and add these shadows and highlights in order to really make the character pop. Because if I don't, then it'll all look quite uniform across the board, and that flatness is the bane of me. Bane. Yes. You merely adopted the pigment. I was born in it. Melded by it. I didn't see the light of highlight until I was a man, and by then it was only blinding. Imagine getting up. To not taunt people. It's so rude. If you think about it, it's kind of like you missing out on ads at the same time, if you really think about it. Just find it hilarious how a wild Garchomp is rarer than an Arceus. Yeah, I mean, it could be a little bit like that, right? It's like that in the games as well, if you think about it, because a lot of these legendary Pokemon interactions are guaranteed. When you boot up the game, you know exactly where you have to go, what you have to do in order to go and meet the legendary. Whereas some other Pokemon, a bit more of a chore. You'll give 5 subs if the Mahali driving stream takes off. Dear, dear. it'd be a little bit unfortunate if my 5 minutes of fame, 15 minutes of fame, whatever it happens to be, was plastered on the hood of a car, streaming through Twitch. No, Billy, no, do not encourage the behaviour. Sorry, I'm feeling myself start to slow down a little bit. My head's starting to wander a little. Maybe it's the concussion from being run over by fields. Viewers in the passenger seat. Oh my goodness. Drive and chat all the time. True. Actually, no. It'd be quite mundane view, really, if anything. Run of the mill. Then you can raid and it's like you're crashing into stress. Oh, dearie dear. Brace for impact. What? We're coming in. We can go through drive-thrus together. True. All right, chat. What are we ordering? Oh my god, look at the glow up. Boom. 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 He still is missing eyelashes and stuff, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Na, 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 na. There we go. Highlight across the ear. Stream collab where you have the streamer in the driver's seat and all the guests in the Billy Baker passenger seat overlay can go live together. Triple Barley. Oh no. Get me out of this crazy thing. I don't trust these drivers with my life. Help. Is he okay in there? He's been screaming help for a few minutes now. Oh, it's fine. No, he's just streaming. He's streaming with some friends. Help! Help! Talk about backseat gaming. Oh my goodness. Ah, that would be a fun stream. Like a Pokemon stream or something with everybody in the backseat just telling me what to do. Literally, incredibly literally. Send a screenshot of your team. Don't mind Palkia and Giratina in the back. They're spinning in play. Gotta see him. Oh, heck yeah. Incredible. Are they just the size of the sun? Why are Groudon and Rayquaza the size of like the universe? Or is it that it's just like super close? No, because I'm confused. They're not sculptures because they're creating diagonals that can't exist. You're dying to a frog in a slime. What? Excuse me? Can you explain? That sentence doesn't make sense to me. Backseat gaming, you're gambling? I mean, gaming and Voltorbing are two very different things. Because you have a meeting with teacher. No, that's all right. I'll get filthy rich on your behalf, Noctua. Don't you worry about it. How you going, bud? How's your week been so far? Got to send a video of this. It's hilarious. I'm not getting a sense of what's going on at all by the screenshot. Squared. You've gone, here you go, here's context, here's the screenshot, and then you've just shown me like a snippet of like the seventh circle of hell or whatever, like people screaming on fire, like blood everywhere. You're like, there you go, there's all the context you need. I'm going, no, I need more context. I don't understand anything. That my mind is melting just looking at the screenshot. Zelda mini boss. Right. Yep, that would make more sense. Maybe next Friday? Yep. Sounds good. But up and down, but mostly all right. Good to hear. I mean, not good to hear that it's been up and down, but glad that it's mostly all right. I'm actually struggling at the moment. Oh, that's good. No, Bahali, no. Just got the boss key, so time for big fish. You got this, I believe in you. Is this the one where the fish like swims around the arena? Like you're on a platform and everywhere else is water? Am I thinking of the right boss encounter? Excellent, excellent. You sent the video? Sweet, let's have a look. Can I drag it. Can I want to show it on stream. Oh, Giratina and Rayquaza are just massive. Yeah, okay. Oh, but then as soon as you go into like that, oh no, they are just massive. Okay. Yeah, all right. Giratina and Palkia do be spinning. Mostly you've just had trouble working, but otherwise it's been fine. Okay. Not too bad. Majora? Yeah, Billy's playing Majora at the moment. Had trouble starting because of the new Pokemon TCG packs coming. Wait. There's a new pack coming out? Didn't the previous one come out like yesterday? That's not true. Came out like a month or two ago, but still. How have people been like... I haven't had enough time to collect all the cards of the pack. Yeah, but it feels like it's just come out. Isn't that valid? You do not like Ocarina of Time, but you love Majora. I've heard that sentiment, actually. I've heard that sentiment before, which, I mean, is shocking in the sense that Ocarina of Time is super popular. But I can understand if you don't like Ocarina of Time liking Majora's Mask, or vice versa. Like, I enjoy Ocarina of Time, but don't enjoy Majora's Mask. So it's understandable that they're providing two very different things. Now we can trade the art cards from the previous pack. Oh, yeah, no, that is a good point. That is a good point. Speaking of cards from previous packs, guess what I pulled literally earlier today? It's not super exciting because it's not one of the cards that I personally wanted. But it is a card that is a good one. I'm going to show it on the screen and it'll just be a white haze. You ready? You ready? Boom! Yeah, you can't see anything. Are you kidding? That's awful. You can't see a single free. Or you can kind of see it if I put it on the side. No, that's awful. I'm going to send it to myself and then put it on stream. That's awful. You can't see anything. Check this out, Mahal. You're just blinding me. You just hit me with a flashbang. That's all you've done. No. It's so much easier if I just chuck it into my reference file. But boom, check it out. Best card in the set, apparently, even though it's ugly as all heck. I would like to trade this for the immersive, please, because the immersive is the one that I want. I want the immersive Arceus, please. Please. So the reason you get a lot of the time is it's just a places in. So the reason you get a lot of the time is just a place in the heart. But when you played it, it's just a place in their heart. But when I played it, it's just annoying tedium. Maybe it's because you didn't play it when you were younger, kind of like how you really love Ape Escape on the PS1. It would be that. It would be a degree of that. Nostalgia does incredible things to your enjoyment of games. But in general, I tend to prefer the newer games just because they control better. They control better, it just feels better. Game design has improved drastically over time. It might have been great at the time, but I feel as though we've made leaps and bounds. But saying all of that, I would actually love a modern take on like a Ocarina of Time style of Zelda, where it's a kind of open hub world, but then you've got very distinct like levels where like you go to the like the Zora section and it's a Zora level. You go to like the Goron section and it's the Goron level. You sent a size comparison of your Cereledge and Palkia side by side. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that it's like it's a true scale mod, right? Seeing as how Groudon is the size of the sun. Here's what you got so far. War Chiefs Raid, Warden Sustain, Shadows Trade. There you go. Yeah, I feel as though that... Yeah, and then you could have... War Chiefs can beat Wardens, because they just like crash through. Wardens are vigilant against Shadows, but then Shadows can like backstab War Chiefs when they're not paying attention, or something to that effect, where you do have that rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, that makes sense. You have the mods. No. I mean, like, I would like a Nintendo release product that kind of fit that mold. Some Steam indie attempts at some of them are pretty good, actually, especially specifically towards N64 and PS1 style games. I've tried my hand at a few, but I've yet to find one that kind of scratches the itch, you know. Groudon is huge. Primal Groudon? Yeah. Size of a volcano. Shadows can enter the villages not being currently overseen by a war chief band. Yeah, okay. What stops the war chief faction from just being the best? Or is that the idea? In terms of violence, they are the best. Yeah, okay. What's the advantage of wardens? In terms of mating or money, they're all about equal. Yeah, okay. So it's very much so like an evolutionary strategy where it's been successful, but for very different reasons. Yeah, okay. Jumping layer. Eyelashes. I'll put this in a separate layer just because I feel as though this has the propensity for absolute cataclysmic failure. I don't know what it is about eyelashes, but every time I struggle. Doesn't need to be much, just to break it up a little bit. You've got your eyes on Blast Cats and Silo Sybil on Steam, if you want to try and scratch that itch. Yeah, fair. I think my craving is seeing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom kind of explore the open world quite, shall we say, thoroughly. the idea has been thoroughly explored. I'd like to see the franchise kind of go back to its roots a little bit. I know the idea is like Breath of the Wild was going back to its roots because the original Legend of Zelda was incredibly open world for like top-down pixel standards, but still. Warbands for the Warchief cast are driven by a single ideological cause. When the conflict is resolved, the warband dissolves, whereas the wardens are more stable. Right. They're more at risk, but they're more likely to survive outright. Have I looked up how they flare out from the lid? That would help make it look more natural. In terms of like with the curve. Where it actually like dips down and then out like that. Yeah. It's difficult when it's face on like this. Cue the montage music. I also don't know when I'm being too pedantic, you know? Where I'm going, oh yeah, enhance, zoom, enhance, and then I zoom out again. I go, oh, well, what have I just spent the last like half an hour on? The curve is looking better. No, you're not wrong. It's unfortunately, or honestly more fortunately, left to indie devs to try to make something like that now. Kind of hope it stays that way at this point in terms of an old school dungeon progression, world explorer RPG type thing. Well, what would you see the next mainline Zelda being then? Is it just like, the rolling of boulders, the third in the trilogy of the open world Zelda exploration games? It is indeed. Gotten a decent hang of it now. Yeah, yep. Small detail that can be done quickly, add some nice structure to the eye, so like at least making allusion to them in portrait. Yeah. I mean, even the little bit of retrospective fixing that I did just then has made a difference. So, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh. And I reckon I could go through with lighter tone like this or something. A little bit of reflection off the eye. Maybe I'm overkilling it. We'll see. Probably don't need to correct them or work more on them than I already have. Yeah, I don't know. There have been a few occasions where I have sat there like toiling over a micro detail, and then I've zoomed out. I've just wasted 2 hours of my life. I worry about these things now. for specifically Zelda. I think they might be done with what they've been doing already. Well, that's my thought. Yeah, is that it feels like Breath of the Wild, and then into the Tears of the Kingdom. They've kind of explored, pun intended, exploration game, explored what they've wanted to with the genre, like the open world genre. I can't see where they could go from here, but then again, I probably would have said the same thing after Breath of the Wild, and then they found more avenues for exploration. So I don't know. Oh, picture it now. Ready? Here you are Mr. Zelda, running through the world, exploring, looking for feathers or whatever it is. And then, when you do a bit of a gliding on the glider in the sky, oh, there's the ocean. You got to turn around. But wait, there's more. You fall from the glider into the waves, and there's the Breath of the Wild 3 with it's all a water level. It's all a water level the whole time. Oh yes, there we go. That's the answer. That's the solution. We're just all of it underwater. And can you picture it? You're moving at half speed, right? You can't attack. There's a breathing mechanic. You can't use items. You try to use bombs, they will fizzle. Oh my goodness, this is sounding better and better. You try to use a bow and arrow. You get eaten by a fish. Ah, yes. Yes. There are no healing items. Oh, this is sounding so good. Coming to a Nintendo near you. It's so stupid. So stupid. You know they'll do it. Want something similar to Wind Waker? Yeah. Yeah, a Wind Waker. Yeah, like a similar reimagining to a Wind Waker would be pretty cool. I really liked the Link's Awakening remake that they did, the little toy version, and the Zelda sequel that they did to that. I as well need to grab at some point. I loved the aesthetic. Super duper charming. Suspect they might do something closer to Link Between Worlds next. Yeah, okay. Where it's like a cross-dimensional thingo set within the Breath of the Wild. God, I need them to step away from the Breath of the Wild setting. I really do. And what a level not buying it. I mean, but it'll be so good. It'll be like the best water level game ever. It'll receive all of the accolades for how good of a water level it is. Seven out of 10, too much water. Oh, dearie dear. But there are going to be crafting mechanics, though. Oh, I can just picture it now. It'll just be like the Fortnites, where you build a big structure. Ah, yes. Legend of Zelda Battle Royale. Will you be the Hyrulean who escapes from the Breath of the Wilds? So stupid. Anywho, I've progressed. We've done it. We've rendered the face, more or less. There's still a bit of work to do, but I'm happy. I'm happy. With how much I yapped tonight, I'm surprised I got this much done, to be entirely honest with you. It was like 90% talking, 10% like moving some art around a bit. Very clean work. Thank you. I appreciate it. Am I describing Raft? I'm kind of describing as what's the name of that game? Not Phasmophobia, that's a different one. Water survival game. What's it called again? Subnautica, thank you, Squid. Yes, I guess I'm kind of describing Subnautica without the battle royale bit. Nintendo makes a really good water level that isn't actually a pain to play though, but then also removes half the mechanics in the game because of it. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Is that they always feel like in order to make it feel like an immersive water level, you have to make it feel garbage, because being underwater is garbage. Instead of making it feel fun and like unique, it should be like... Subnautica did an alright job with that, right? Didn't they? Where all of the like underwater vehicles gave you really interesting and fun movement and mobility and stuff. That's what we need. Less restriction, more fun movement. Like the water levels in Majora and Twilight Princess. It's been a while since I played Twilight Princess, so I can't really remember. Hated the underwater levels in Skyward Sword, I can say that much. Hi, Ghoulie. No, you've just turned up as I'm wrapping up. How you going, bud? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you slept well. I'm so sorry. Ghoulie, I've been working on Dave, and he's coming along quite swimmingly. Pun intended to all my waterheads out there. You ready to get the victory high royal? Oh, jeez. I get to wear a crown and everything. Hi. What? It's looking like I'm being chased up on not going to bed yet. So I think I do really need to wrap up at this point. Hi. Hello. Dave looks great. Got caught up on the VOD yesterday. Nice. He's coming along. I keep getting distracted. I should be a lot faster on him, but if it helps at all, I do like how he's coming along. Subnautica sea vehicles are... Oh, no, add start, no, blah, blah. Snooze. Frick. Sea vehicles are personally your favourite sea vehicles in games. They feel so smooth. Yep. Hello, ad break. I'm so sorry, everyone. I've just hit you with another ad. Love for water puns can never be quenched. Hi. Are you sulking because I haven't... You had food. I filled up your food before I started streaming. Why are you... You're not seeing any? Sweet. Excellent. They might still hit. Oh, a drink. I'm going to lift up my drink bottle now, okay? Don't freak out. We're good. Subnautica has made you scared of the ocean, so you can't play the game on your own most of the time, but if you do, you never get there. I'm terrified of the ocean as is. Cheers. Hi. What? But yeah. That's me for today. For blah, 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 blah. That's me for today. You're scared of the ocean, proceeds to... I am also a hypocrite. Let's quickly browse to see who's online at the moment. Paint the Moment's online? Oh, ho, ho. But more importantly, we have a Billy who's online at the moment. Let's head over Billy's way. Raid N64 Billy. Boom. But yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun. You staying or leaving? What are you doing? No? Okay. Hope you had fun. It'll be an early stream tomorrow and then Pokemon stream on Friday. So look forward to that. Yeah. Have an excellent rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. And I'll catch you around. Bye, everybody. Bye. Wave to Billy when you get there. Say hello. Spam him with emotes and stuff. He loves it.